Hello everybody, welcome to another fun home workout recorded live from Rex's gym. Hope you're doing fantastic. Hope you're loving this beautiful Dutch summer weather. Sunshine and 0 degrees. Let's go! Let's go. High knees to start with. Let's get that body moving. I'm all wrapped up. I know this is gonna be way too warm in about 5 minutes, but still, ish nice. Now today we have our circuit. Last week we did 35 seconds of work, 35 seconds of rest. This week we're going for 40 seconds of work, but to be a nice guy, I've also dropped down the rest. It's only 15 seconds of rest, because I'm a nice person. Quad walks. I guess as a downside, that means we will be having 15 seconds of rest after every 40 seconds of work. So where last week we had, for the Bulgarians for instance, 35 seconds one side, 35 seconds the other side, and then 35 seconds rest. This week we'll be having 40 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest, 40 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest. So you have rest in between the sides. Slight downside, but that's okay. Not enough to really recover the integrity of your soul, but enough to want to keep living. Now I don't expect anybody to have done the stretching session last night. For some reason it took forever for that one to upload. Don't know why, but I know I'm stretching. And yes. So maybe you can do that one after our session here. I reckon this session is going to be about, I'm going to call 38 minutes in total. I'm going to call it now. Yes, I'm aware that I can edit it to be exactly 38. But I'm not going to do that. That would be cheating. One more each side. All right, lie down on your back. I want you to really push your lower back into the ground. Make a lot of contact. One heel down, other heel down. We're going for 8 each side. Plant your feet into the ground and drive your hips all the way up, squeezing your butt. Keep the abs on. And next we have that fun one, the roll over to V6. This sun is nice. So we've done this one before. Well, I have, maybe you haven't. Hoodie's coming up just because it's annoying on my back. Then you're gonna roll over, try to touch your feet to the ground behind you, and then come up in a spread sit and reach forward. My feet won't touch behind me because that flexibility isn't there yet, but it will be. So roll, and then reach. We're gonna go for 8 repetitions. run through our circuit. We have Bulgarian squid squats. You're holding a squid and you do a squat. Split squats. On the right hand side, 15 seconds rest. Then left hand side for 40 seconds, 15 seconds rest. And we're going to go into those pike push-ups. Pike push-ups if you can, regular push-ups if you can't. I'll run through the total gamut of options for you during the set, so you can always see where to go back to. Then we have step-ups on the right, 15 seconds left, rest, step-ups on the left, 15 seconds rest, and then we have that side plank reach, or in the side plank position, reach all the way through, reach back up, 40 seconds of work on the right, 15 seconds rest, 40 seconds work on the left, and then we go into the next round. There are 3 rounds today, guys. There's long sets, but there's 3 rounds. Yeah. I've got my trusted timer here. If you want to use your own timer, Tabata timer is the one that I would recommend. It's a good app. It's free. You can set work, rest, and rounds, which is really all you need. It is loud enough for you to hear. So really, what more do you want? After the circuit, we're going to go into our ab circuit, which I've tweaked slightly, but that's also going to be 40 seconds on each exercise. So all in all, it's going to be 21 or less than 20 minutes on the circuit, and then it's going to be a couple of minutes of strict ab work. So if you're ready, I'm ready. We're going to get started. 40 seconds and then set for 15 seconds rest as well. Starting in 10 seconds. Remember, we're starting in those Bulgarian squid squats. We have our back foot on the bench, sink down and drive back up. Keep this foot as stable on the ground as you can. Keep the chest up, most of the weight right here. So chest up does not mean I want you to be vertical, so we don't have to be here, because as you can see, I'm shifting on my way back. I want to stay here. I don't want to hang. So drive up from there, control, drive up. 3, 2, 1. All right, 15 seconds rest, and there is a rest, and then we're going to go into our other side. Now, a slightly easier version is just hold on to a broomstick, a chair, a table. 2, 1, and go. Seconds to go, guys. Right there, right there. Second side, always a little bit harder, just because that back leg is still working and it's a little bit fatigued already. And 15 seconds rest. Next up is the pike push-up. That's the one where your butt is way up in the air. I'll show you the full exercise first for a couple of reps, and then I'll show you all the regressions that you can use. Start. So full exercise. Forehead to the ground. Easier. Regular push-ups. Easier. Kneeling push-ups. Easier. Hands on the bench. And then we have 3, 2, 1, and rest. 15 seconds before we go into our step-ups. right into that bar. 3, 2, 1, and go. Oh, missed it by a centimeter. Now, we talked about last week about not using that back leg. So option 1 is get a little bit of drive off that back leg. Keep an eye on that ankle as well. It wants to jump. So you can, if that's the option you need. If you don't have to, use purely that top leg. And then the hard option is controlling down, only touching your heel and drive back up. 2, 1, and time. So again, pick your option, pick your level. What is the best level for you? Do you need that back leg? Start. A little bit of wobble there. Do you need that back leg? Do you need a little bit of a push off here like that? Or can you do it without? If you can do it without, and it feels kind of easy, can you just touch your heel down? And be aware of where you feel it. Can you feel it quad glute? That's where we want it. We've got 5 seconds left. And rest. All right. Next up, side plank reach on the right, side plank reach on the left. Side plank position. Top leg is forward, lift the hips, reach through, come on to your tippy toes, reach back up. Nice and controlled. This is very hard. You can definitely do it on the knees as well. Roll on both knees, top knee up. Roll on both knees, top knee up. Pick your level. Time. All right, 15 seconds to switch to the other side. I'm warming up. Tell you, this tracksuit idea, or these track pants were a bad idea. All right, here we go. Top leg is high. Reach through, onto the tiptoes, reach back up. You want to keep the hips level. So we don't want to push the hips up. We want to keep them nice and level as we reach through. We have 8 seconds to go. And time. All right, that's one round already. We're going back in time. Not really. Back to Bulgarians. 3, 2, 1, and go. Now, talking about options. We have that option to hold on to something. It's more of a balance option. I do not want you to lift yourself up on whatever you're holding. So if you're having a broomstick for balance, just use 2 fingers. That's all you need. 2 fingers is where it's at. But if you're looking for another easier option, regular split squats will do just fine as well. So again, pick your option. 40 seconds is a long time. Make sure you can do it well. And time. 15 seconds rest. Shake off, shake off. Now, if you do notice a big difference between left and right, make sure you keep switching your legs up. Which leg you're starting with. 2, 1. I had to think which leg I was on too. Stay nice and stable. Chest stays up, weight stays on that front leg. Back leg is there for balance. 8 seconds to go. Whoa. And rest. Good work. Next up, we got the pike push-ups. So in the pike push-ups, I've shown you the easier options. I'll show you the harder option as well this round. Just because I believe in you. 2, 1, and start. Hard option. Just put your feet on elevation, and from there, down and drive. See, the higher we can get those hips, the more we can start building up to that handstand push-up. But if this is your option for now, absolutely fine too. And time. All right, step ups. See if I can find a better place to put this bench so I don't whack my noodle. 3, 2, 1, and go. So if you're looking for the hard option, gently touch the heel down, drive back up. In the last round, I'll actually give you an even harder option if you want it, which will be a pure single leg squat. So no help from the other leg at all. Three, 2, 1, and switch. There we go, that's much better. All right, other side, pick your option. 3, 2, 1, and go. Now, be conscious of your breathing. Up is out. If you can breathe through your nose, do that. Five seconds. And time. Whew. All right. Side plank reach. You know what? I'll give you a harder option here as well, because I'm a nice person. Again, we're going to use our elevation to put our feet on. And from there. Can you see me? Yes, you can. Let's get a little bit further out. From there, we're going to reach through and come back up. So still side of the feet to tippy toes. We're changing that angle. More weight down here. Ten seconds to go. And time. All right. I'm gonna switch to the other side. I'll just do this facing away from the camera because moving the bench is hard work. Hard work. 3, 2, 1, and go. Keep those hips at one level. Don't start piking them up. We've just done our pikes. No need to do it again. Five seconds. And time. Oh, that's good. I enjoy that. Way too warm now. Way too warm. Now, Bulgarians. Last round. Let's get. That's 10 seconds to go, guys. Work for this one. Last round. Last time you're doing these Bulgarians today. Maybe. I don't know what you do in your free time. Whew. One round down. One round to go. Getting overheated here. It is about 0 degrees. Not even that cold. All right. And start. 10. Rest. Ooh. Okay, my legs are feeling that. We have our pike push-ups. Last round of them. 5, 3, 2, 1, and go. Ten seconds to go. And time. Okay. Well, hopefully you find those pike push-ups getting easier and easier. All right, I said I'd show you an option. Start your step-ups. The option is pistol squats. 1 foot up, butt to the bench, drive back up. So we're not using that other leg at all. But if that's a bit tough, stay with your step-ups, of course. You choose which level you want to work at and what the right level is for you. Three, 2, 1, and time. All right. Run you through all the options again. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. We have the one where you just get onto the bench, and where you need, use that back leg. And we have the one where we're really gonna make a point on not using that back leg. Then we have the one where we just touch the heel down and drive back up. And if that is too easy, we can go for the single leg variety. It's called a pistol squat. Shooting that other leg forward. Got to control all the way down. 2, 1, and time. 5 seconds before we go into our last set of side plank reaches. Here we go. seconds to go. Keep that tension here. Keep the hips up, and then keep them level as you rotate. 5. And time. Getting warmed up now. 3 seconds rest left. In position and lift off. Got 8 seconds left. And time. Ooh, I like it. I like it. All right, guys, have a quick rest. Have something to drink. I'll reset the timer for our ab circuit. Now, ab circuit is going to have 3 exercises. The first 2 we are familiar with. We have the flutter kicks and we have the pulses. And instead of having that side plank, we're just going to do Superman. So lying on the stomach, lifting the chest off the ground, and lifting these bad boys off the ground as well. Flexing your butt, flexing your lower back to do it. I'm going to do 40 seconds of work, 40 seconds of rest. No rest. 40 seconds of the one, 40 seconds of the other, 40 seconds of the third. That is the whole thing. 3 rounds. So it's a total of 6 minutes of abs. This is fascinating watching me set a timer, isn't it? Can't pre-plan this one. It's a bit unfortunate, but we'll just make do with this fantastic technology that we have. All right, when you're ready, I'm ready. Yeah, counting up is fine. 10 seconds. Starting with our flutter kicks. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. So having your hands underneath your butt can make it easier. Little flutters, and then keep lifting the shoulder blades off the ground. Our number 1 priority is keeping the whole lower back in contact with the ground. So no point of the lower back should be lifted. Make a point of pushing more of your lower back into the ground. Don't know how to be more clear, guys. That is the key. Really feel the front of your abs working. 3, 2, 1. Straight into pulses. Every time, full contraction. Control down, but don't put your head all the way on the ground. Ten seconds before we go into Superman. And roll over onto the stomach into your Superman. So hands out. This is better. Lifting the chest, but also lifting the legs off the ground. Five seconds. And switch back into our flutters. So stay up with the chest. Keep looking at your feet. If you can do this while breathing through your nose, that's a bonus. Ten seconds. And switch pulses. Make sure the movement comes from here, not from here. That neck kind of stays out of it a little bit. Just drive that lower back into the ground. Lift the shoulder blades up. Bring the ribs and hips together. 2, 1, Superman. Now on this one, I'm not too fussed if the chin is up, because that gets more contraction out of that whole backside of the body. Ten seconds. 2, 1, and back into your flutters. Last round. Let's get it, guys. Last bit of mild discomfort today. Breathe through the nose, lower back into the ground, and then lower back more into the ground. Relax the shoulders. Five. And pulses. 5 through this, guys. I know there's some mild discomfort going on, but that's really no reason to stop. Your abs are designed to work long and hard. So let's make them work long and hard. Well, long, only 10 more seconds. And the last Superman of the day. Halfway. See if you can still breathe through the nose. 10 seconds. And time. Whew. All right. Not bad. I could feel that. I am so warm right now. First things first, shoes and socks off. Don't worry, guess I'll keep the pants on for now. Whose bright idea was that? That's better. What? Oh, it's 2 degrees. No wonder. Man. All right, we're gonna do some stretching. As always, all of the good ones. We'll start in a hip flexor stretch, but how we're gonna do that, we're gonna do what we call a knight's stretch. So we have a little bit of a bigger lunge, tuck the tail, and then push forward. So we're in a deeper lunge than normal, but really try to keep tucking that tail. Now, in every stretch, try to keep the breathing here. Diaphragmatic breathing. Try not to be up here, and try to breathe through your nose. Hold for 20 more seconds before we switch sides. Switch sides. A big step, tuck, and push yourself forward. You should still feel that stretch in the hip flexor, right? You're feeling it in your lower back. The lower back is arching. We don't want that. Keep this engaged. Keep this engaged. Push actively into that hip flexor. And then breathe into your nose. Diaphragmatic breathing, so the air goes in here. Now, the air doesn't really go in here. The air goes into your lungs. But how do you make room for that air? You can either extend the lungs this way, or you have that diaphragm sitting here that you can contract, and when it contracts, it goes flat, so your lungs extend to the bottom. That is the one we want. So yes, I'm very, very aware that you can't actually breathe into the stomach. However, that's what we call diaphragmatic breathing. When you breathe in, your stomach, sides, and lower back should expand. All right, we're gonna do a ankle stretch. I want you in a short lunge position. So get that heel fairly close to your knee. Keep the heel on the ground. I actually like holding my ankle, and then we're going to push the knee forward. Pushing the knee towards the little toe more than the big toe. So if I'm facing, it is that way, not that way. Heel stays on the ground, lean forward. Now, if you can see, pretty much a squat position. We're trying to loosen up that ankle. There is a difference between stretching your calves with a straight leg, so for instance that wall stretch, or stretching your legs with a bent knee. The bent knee gets a different muscle to stretch. Hold for 10 more seconds. Switch sides. Again, you have that very short lunge, heel close to the knee. I like to hold on to the knee, you don't have to. And then just try to get that knee to go towards the little toe, so out a bit more. Now where you should feel this, we should be getting the stretch a little bit more throughout this range and not so much throughout the top range of the calf. Or if we do the straight leg calf stretch, or downward dog or something like that, you probably get the stretch higher, because this is a different muscle. Holding it for another 10 seconds. Last stretch, we're going to be on our knees. You can have your knees slightly further apart. And we're going to put the elbows on the ground in front of you, hands between the shoulder blades, and try to push your chest down towards the ground. I want you to try to get your elbows as close together as you can. And then try to get the chest to get as close to the ground as possible. Keep breathing into that diaphragm. Use your stomach breathing. Ten more seconds. And time. All right, so we call that stretch the prayer stretch. Good stretch for triceps, lats, a little bit of upper back as well. Now, do a quick mind-body check. How do you feel after that? Like, do you feel anything being tight, uncomfortable? Do you feel certain things like, oh wow, they've been feeling tight, but now they feel a lot more relaxed? And make a habit of doing that mind-body stretch pretty much after every workout, or mind-body stretch, mind-body check-in. It's really more of a check-in, not maybe a mental stretch. This will really help you with long-term progress, as in, you might find out that every time you do that prayer stretch, your upper back feels amazing, so much looser. Or you might feel that every time you do the night stretch, your knees are sore. All those little things that you start realizing are really, really powerful when applied over decades, which is how long we're going to be training for anyway. You are stuck with me. I wasn't very correct in my 38 minutes. It's 42:30, so I think that's long enough. Let's call it there. If nobody has told you today, you are an absolute legend. People have asked me about my beautiful tie-dye shirt. Yes, there will be tie-dye shirts coming out soon. I just have to find a way to put them on the market. But if you're keen for one, send me a message in your size and I'll see what we have available. All right, guys, have a great day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.